Ink-a-dink, 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 ink-a-dink. Wow!
After last week, after last Friday night, we were so embarrassed last Friday night that we had to do bring back the dialogue completely in cat on Sunday that we brought out of the archives about Ringo's Mom's cat. If not for that, not for that joke about three cats walk into a bar, an agnostic's cat, an atheist's cat. Still feeling the effects of that boxing cat brewery from a couple weeks ago. So if not for Sunday morning, if not for that joke about the agnostic's cat, an atheist's cat, and the Pope's cat walking into a bar, yada yada. Not for that, the show would have been squeaky clean. All right. Yep. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll unmask myself. So. Oh. I get the wizard in on this one too. BM baked beans. Original baked beans with molasses, pork, and spices, 99% fat-free, excellent source of fiber. Heating directions. Stovetop. Place beans into saucepan, stir occasionally over medium heat until hot. Microwave. Place beans in a microwave-safe container. Cover. Heat on high, 2 or 3 minutes, stir and enjoy. Refrigerate unused portions. Questions or comments? Consumer Relations, Box K, I guess for consumer, Roseland, New Jersey, 07068, www.bmbeans.com, B&G Foods Incorporated, Parsippany, New Jersey, 07054, USA. Copyright 2011, B&G Foods Incorporated. Hey, proudly made in the USA. That's why Tom Brady endorsed them. And find us on Facebook. And the wizard, of course, just having the wizard here automatically means that the wizard endorses them. Thank you, Lara, for the wizard. So, Friday night, and oh, wait a second. What do you mean changed? Yeah, I see it. You took the letters in Barack Obama and Donald Trump on President's Day. You did that. And you got a proud black man and Mad Bart. Okay. Jumble those around. All right. That might be just as apropos. But how about... Well, I understand... Well, since except for honorary blacksman Ben Carson, who's only there because he whispers, and Trump keeps pretending that he's whispering "I love you" to him. That if not for Ben Carson being there, there's no end there either. Missing as in the word whatever. So. Are we going to stick with our, you told us a couple weeks ago, you planned and carried out, and if you didn't watch it, don't. Last Friday night's visit from Dick Van Dyke, and but he had the little Van Dyke beard, and had the matter of fact, these are his sunglasses, and he certainly had his first name with him. That was no doubt. No, no, you don't. You see, this is something that bullies generally do, and you'll see this in a lot of classic bullies in history, including Kim Jong-un, or as his daddy called him, Young'un, because his daddy liked Bonanza and other American cowboy shows, and kids on that were young'uns. But bullies like to wear dark glasses. And why is that? Basil, why is that? Basil said,
Well, meow.
said, don't know, but I'll guess. Okay, go on. Said, it's because bullies don't want you to see their eyes. Because if they get the advantage of being able to see your eyes, but you can't see their eyes because they've got dark glasses on, you can't interpret their eyes as well, if at all. So you can't sense any fear that they might have. You can't sense really anything that they might betray by you being able to actually see their eyes. So the dark glasses are provide them an advantage over whoever they happen to be trying to bully. Okay, so we've got a proud black man and a damn brat up there on ahead of us. Hey, we've got Basil's romper room mirror. Okay, yeah, I understand. It's fork you, not the other word. Fork you, not the other phrase, but I guess people can read in between the lines. So we're gonna continue that. Okay. First of all, we're going to try to see if we can blind the camera or blind the fish behind the camera. We always, or even blind, well, I can't blind you with those two-dimensional eyes, but I always end up blinding myself when I do that. But, quick romper room reach out to where to put it in a non-copyrighted sense. Well, it's copyrighted now by us. Put it in our copyrighted sense. Romper room. Basil's magic mirror, and so we've got up in the hammock. We've got Stephen T. Colbert. We've got Bill Murray. We've got Drew Carey. LFFF. Can't blind that guy either, can we? Darling, you got the prettiest blue eyes. But you're a tad on the thin side. So, is little Jeffrey Peterson here from Mardi Gras? Basil says he just wants everybody to know that, well, I'll let him tell it first. Says, just want everybody out there to know that I'm financing another honeymoon. Another, what's this, number 4? Honeymoon for Kristen and I, for show producer Kristen Schoenfeld and I. Another honeymoon, and we're going to make a trek, amongst other places, back to Nolens. Now, we won't be down there for Mardi Gras, but, you know, Nolens is pretty much, you get that Mardi Gras feel 24/7, 365 days of the year. You pretty much have it all the time. So we'll be down there. Yep. Thank you, Basil. And said, said, you cut me off. I'm financing. He says, He's financing a trip for Kristen and I down to, amongst other places, Nolans. We're also going to make it down to Gainesville to see Basil's cuz, Henny, and we're going to take Henny from Gainesville over to Nolans for a couple days, back to Gainesville, make a few sundry stops on the way down to Gainesville, and sure enough, we promised, and we're going to follow through on that. Remember back, Basil? Remember back when we had my old bud Rob Carpenter on the show back a couple 3 years ago? He came on the show, and we talked about the old days. We went to Greenwich High School, probably copyrighted together, and Rob was on the show. We talked about old times. We talked about a lot of things. Well, Rob's in Pennsylvania now, and we're going to, at Basil's behest and request, we're going to stop there on the way and say hellos there, and of course stop in and see Sarah and the grandkids in Virginia, and probably stop in Washington D.C. because we've got almost 3 weeks. We've got about 3 weeks for the vacation, so we got a lot of stuff we can do. So let's do while the doing is good, because it might not be for a long time before we get to go on our 5th honeymoon tour. Basil said, yeah, right. I'm sending you on one in November too, so plan for that one too. But where are we going to go then? Okay, Basil said, so I'm going to fly you into an undisclosed airport, maybe Las Vegas, maybe Los Angeles, maybe Seattle, maybe somewhere, into an airport, and I'm going to rent you a car and let you travel around out those parts. And so that's something to look forward to in November. But back to the one coming up in late April. He was telling me that he's got us scheduled, of course, to see Rob Carpenter in Pennsylvania, Rob and his family. And Rob's got a daughter, Kristen, also, so that's always a good thing to have someone named Kristen. And she's got the correct spelling, I believe, too, with a Kristin, 2 I's, watching you through the magic mirror and otherwise. And then down to Virginia, down to Gainesville, Florida, across to Nolans for a couple days, to whatever happens to be happening there. And it's, hey, maybe we can see Tuba Skinny. Now, Basil wants me to give a big shout out on Facebook, Tuba Skinny, and just like it spells just like it sounds just like it spells, Tuba Skinny, and pretty good Nolans jazz group, very, very interesting. Like all of Nolans, it's well, they use the word mulatto down there, and Basil grew up with that mulatto because Basil himself is in a sense of a mulatto. He's a mixed breed. He's a Maine Coon with and you can't see it anymore because it's not there. We didn't get that into the picture, but Maine Coon with a cute little Manx tail, and it's just like, no, it's not like. No, nothing to do with a camel, thank you. So Maine Coon with a Manx tail, and so he's a mixed breed, and as you know, all the best animals in the world, including human beings, including Homo sapiens. A little mixing up makes for better, and you end up with better looking, more attractive, smarter, brighter, and without making too clear a reference to President of the United States, and we'll still call him President. You call former presidents, you still call him President. So he'll always be to us and to everyone in the world, President Barack Obama. Oh, so did you finish what we were saying? Basil said, Then now you cut me off again. Okay. But I remember what you said. You got all of it in before I cut you off. So back to Gainesville with Henny, and then down through Florida to the Florida Keys. Now that's a long way from. Gainesville's an hour, almost an hour and a half into Florida via Interstate 75, and that's another 5 hours down to Miami. But the surprising part of that all is that once you get to Miami, you're still talking another couple hours to get out to Key West, and I've never been there. And I'm sure that, just because Basil's sending us doesn't mean he's not going to sneak along in the luggage compartment. Like he'll want to be there. He'll want to, see the action up close and up front. So down to Key West and points in between, and then back up out of Key West after a couple, 3 days there. Back up to, got to come back up to Florida because, hey, we could go tape that episode that you wanted to tape about Cubano Basilo. Maybe we can get. We don't have the international passport. We have the passports that only go for United States and Canada and Mexico and maybe a couple other places that our passport's good for, but it's not an international one. Maybe we'll have to get that changed for you now and then. So maybe we can take the camera down and tape Cubano Basilo. And, okay. So here we are. And so not only do we have Damn Brat or Mad Bart or Mad Brat or Damn Bart, we also have the original Drumpf here with us because he's got nothing better to do. He spends about an hour a day making a speech somewhere and shaking out the old phrases that he loves to use. Immigrants, criminals, paid protesters, lying media, lying Hillary, lying Ted Cruz, lying everybody pretty much. Everybody lies if they don't say exactly what he agrees with. So, the Mirror. Okay, we got Bill Murray. We got Stephen T. Colbert. We got LFFF. Okay, well, I guess we might as well get Dick, because he's not here anymore. Dick Van Dyke. Both Dick Van Dykes, the one we know and the one that we don't know. The mirror reaches across time? Well, I better quote Mr. Boss over here. He said, I can see Russia. No, not Sarah Palin, no. Says he, the mirror reaches across time, too. Across time and space. And so, he wants me to give a quick shout-out to Ivan Pavlov. And, of course, more importantly, Pavlov's cat. Because we know that it's Pavlov's cat that did all the that's why do you think Pavlov worked on dogs and not cats? To get them to salivate. And so, okay, quick shout out to Ivan Pavlov, and of course, Basil said, said first of all, B&M baked beans, ka-ching, and I also said, of course, Pavlov's cat's name was Basil. Well, let's face it, watch the show last Sunday, the one we dredged up from from about 3 years ago, February of 2014, when I'm not going to tell. All right, I'll tell part of the joke. Okay. Well, first let me tell you. Oh, he wants me to tell two jokes, and one joke is I reach out to Mike. Mike from the Green Party. Okay. Mike DeRosa. And this is in honor of the fact that I read this joke, or I told this joke in a splintered kind of a fashion on Progressive Soup, 5 years ago. Okay, I'll tell you that one. I'll tell that one first, and then I'll tell the one from the Ringo's Mum's Cat show. Okay, I'm composing myself. Basil said, I said, I composed the joke. You don't need to compose yourself. Okay, so 3 cats walk into a bar. There's an atheist's cat, an agnostic's cat, and the Pope's cat. And turns out while they're in the bar, all 3 of them have to use the litter pan. So they go to the litter pan, and there's only one litter pan in the entire bar. So it's an LGBT, C litter pan. C being, of course, for cat. And the question is, who goes first? And of course, you might think that, of course, the Pope's cat's going to go first because the atheist and the agnostic will still demur to the Pope's cat. But the Pope's cat says to them, "Hey, why don't we just go in alphabetical order?" And that solves that. Okay. So, the one from Mike. Okay, the one from Mike DeRosa. Okay, there's, this goes back to Soupy Sales. Now, some of you kids out there in the audience, if you remember Romper Room, you remember Soupy Sales. And unlike the kind lady from Romper Room that had the magic mirror rather than the magic Basil's Romper Room mirror, trademark now. If you remember Soupy Sales, you remember Romper Room. If you remember Romper Room, you remember Soupy Sales. So on Soupy Sales, Soupy told a joke once about how he and Peaches went to the baseball game, and they liked baseball apparently. And I guess since his girlfriend's name was Peaches, they probably went to a game in Atlanta, Georgia. So it might have been the Atlanta Braves that they went to see. But at any rate, so the upshot of all this is that Soupy kissed his girlfriend Peaches. He kissed her in between the strikes, and of course, needless to say, she kissed him in between. Oh, okay. Romper Room reached out to Richard Starkey, Ringo Starr, and his mom and her cat. And okay. So okay. Basil's going to bring back some old topics, because you know that he just periodically does his news. His news outlet has Screw Fox News, Here Comes Cat News, but he also wants to reach out to a couple of old foes. One of them being Political OutKKast, and yep, it's out there on the internet, Political OutKKast, and that spells just as it sounds, and Godfather Politics, which spells just as it sounds and sounds just as it spells. And if you want to look those up, Basil goes on there. He hasn't been on there in a long time. He just got sick, and I guess it's sort of like I got the other day with my good friend who I've had some differences of opinion, Paul Improda, who lives here in town with us. And Paul's a good guy. He's a small businessman. He sells in his insurance business. He gives out a lot of great free tips via his website, insurance tips. Some really good information, and much better to go to him than to go to any large insurance conglomerate to get your insurance. But he and I had this continuing discussion about, well, pretty much everything. So, Paul Improta, Basil BuddhaCat. Okay, if I got to, I got to. It's a Basil BuddhaCat. Fork you, and that's fork you, by the way. Romper room shout out. Okay. So you want to add another media outlet now, besides political outcasts and Godfather politics, because there's one that's probably is it actually as stupid as is it actually as stupid as those two? I can't believe that. Okay, well, you say it is. You say it is. Okay, so we're going to add Dumb Bart News. Now, Steve Bannon might call it something different, but we're going to call it, for our practical purposes, we're going to call it Dumb Bart News. And it's one where Mad Bart or Mad Brat or Damn Brat or Damn Bart, one, take your choice, where they get there. They're the ones that actually had the they were the original birthers, along with Donald Trump, with the charges that President Obama was born in Kenya or Indonesia or Mars, or they went through all the different possibilities, and any of them would have suited him as long as it wasn't within the borders of the continental United States. Hey, do you know, remember back, speaking of Marty Heiser, and we weren't, but we are now. Marty Heiser made his own claim back, I don't know, probably back right after President Obama was elected. Marty claimed, and he had a clip, which was of course stitched together, where, and it wasn't a visual, it was just an auditory clip, where he claims President Obama said that there are 57 states in the United States, and it wasn't very hard to figure out where that came from or how he was making that claim. And of course, we corrected him very quickly, because there are actually 57 Democratic Party primaries, because you have the 50 states, you have Americans abroad, you have Puerto Rico, you have Virgin Islands, you have Guam. There's a bunch of extra ones that the Democrats include that the Republicans don't, because because the folks there generally tend to be a little less lily white than they are in the original 50 states. But okay. I'm hurrying it up. I'm going to do like Amy Goodman. I'm going to say Amy Goodman. Oh, and by the way, balls. Have a blessed Friday night, and maybe we'll see you Sunday. Good night.
They say they'd rob your grandma blind on Wall Street, on Wall Street. Fritter her away, her Medicare on Wall Street. And Pharma Oil and their pet fox don't care if she lives in a box, so long as they wear platinum jocks on Wall Street, on Wall Street. Meow.